Cats are not just pets. They are living enigmas, guardians of secrets that very few humans have ever managed to decipher. Every glance, every movement of their tail, every caress you give them can be a bridge to their trust, or an invisible barrier that pushes them away. Today, you will discover that behind every gesture lies a hidden language, an ancestral code that reveals when your cat truly enjoys your touch and when it silently tolerates it. Science reminds us that a cat's skin is an extraordinary sensory organ. More than 200 million nerve endings run through its body, capable of transforming a caress into pleasure or into overload. Their pheromone glands, located in the cheeks and chin, are authentic chemical keys of communication, invisible to us, but essential to them. 1. The forbidden territory. Your hand descends toward the base of the tail, and your cat arches its back. You think it's asking for more, but in reality, you're touching a sanctuary of nerves. For a few seconds, pleasure. Then, chaos. Its brain floods with signals, and what seemed like tenderness turns into threat. The bite is not betrayal, it's defense. That gesture, the so-called elevator butt, is not an invitation. It's an ancestral reflex inherited from its mother. The tail base concentrates nerve endings that trigger overstimulation, a phenomenon known as petting-induced overstimulation. 2. The human error, confusing species. Humans pet cats the way they pet dogs. Quick pats, playful taps, bursts of affection that seem innocent. But the cat is not pack, not a hunting companion seeking leadership. The cat is shadow, is mystery, is solitary. Each pat is a thunderclap that echoes across its skin, a disruption to the calm of its inner universe. It doesn't run because it trusts you, but its body tightens, its muscles brace for resistance. In silence, it learns to dodge your hands, to move like water slipping through your fingers. And little by little, trust turns into caution. Feline behavior studies show that cats prefer slow caresses on the cheeks and chin, areas with pheromone glands that strengthen social bonds. The secret is not in force or speed. It lies in slowness, in gentle pressure that lingers, in touch that becomes sustained caress. The cat does not seek impact. It seeks continuity. It doesn't want bursts of affection. It wants an invisible bridge that connects it to you without breaking its peace. 3. Sleep, a pact of trust. When your cat surrenders to sleep, it is not simply resting. It is giving up its vulnerability, trusting that the world around it will remain intact. Each slow breath is a silent confession. Here, I am safe. Here, I close my eyes. 4. The embrace that traps. You believe that by wrapping your cat with both hands, you are giving more love. But for them, that gesture can become an invisible prison. The cat is a traveler of silence, a spirit that needs escape routes. When it feels there is no way out, trust dissolves like smoke. The total embrace is only accepted by those felines whose bond with you is so strong that it becomes voluntary surrender. But most need freedom. They need to know they can choose when to come closer and when to move away. For them, love is not possession. It is respect. Feline behavior studies show that cats feel safer when they retain control over the interaction. Loss of control activates stress responses, similar to confinement. The true gesture of affection is not in trapping, but in offering. An open hand, a safe space, a shared silence. The cat gives itself, When it feels you do not force it. When it discovers that your presence is not a cage, but a refuge. 5. The language of consent. The cat does not give itself right away. Before allowing your hand to reach it, it needs a moment of silence, a space where it can decide. It is not a learned gesture. It is an invisible pact, the choice to trust. Feline ethology studies show that cats lower their stress levels when they have control over the beginning and duration of physical contact. The feline observes, measures your calm, listens to the stillness of your presence. Only then does it decide if your closeness deserves to become a caress. And in that moment, when it moves toward you, it is not submission. It is trust. Because for the cat, the true bond is not born from imposition, but from freedom. 6. The language of the cheeks. When your cat rubs its face against you or against objects in its surroundings, it is not marking territory, as many believe. It is leaving an invisible trace of trust, a chemical whisper that says, "This belongs to me, because here I feel safe." That gentle rub is more than a physical gesture. It is a silent declaration of emotional belonging. Each contact with its cheeks is a thread weaving a bridge between its world and yours. It is not invasion, it is invitation. It is not dominance, it is surrender. 7. Silence as a caress. Not all caresses are physical. Sometimes the greatest proof of love is distance. Sitting nearby, without touching, without invading, is a language your cat understands. Silence is trust. Calm is companionship. And when your cat decides to approach, it's not because you called. It's because it chose your presence as refuge. Caresses are more than contact. They are invisible bridges to a universe where the cat decides whether to open or close its doors. It is not about giving more love, but about learning to listen to the secret language that dwells in its silence. When you respect its signals, when you honor its sleep, and offer your hand as an invitation, the bond ceases to be human and feline. It becomes a sacred pact of trust. And in that instant, when your cat transforms the caress into refuge, you discover the true mystery of its soul. This is the journey we share in Felinity, a space where every gesture becomes revelation, and every gaze a secret to be unraveled. Subscribe